Today I have in a seriously good dive watch at a very attractive price point. The watch is the Redwood Tactical V2 and it's from Redwood Watches out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The company was started by two brothers back in 2015, and since they've had a number of releases, but all with the focus on building very tough and tooly but affordable watches. Big thanks to Redwood for letting me take this one for a test drive for a few days. So let's get to it and check out the watch. Okay, now these watches are available in a few different options. There's three dial colors, one which is a fully loomed dial. There's a PVD version and even one option with a different dial configuration. This watch is an automatic, but one thing that's kind of cool is these are also available in solar. Not very often you see a smaller brand go solar, so that's pretty cool too. There's also a few strap options, but no matter what you choose, the price stays the same. I mean, you pay more for the automatic than the solar, but once you choose the movement, it doesn't matter if you go PVD or full loom, which are normally a premium, or just the steel and black dial like this, the price is the same. So they're taking some design cues from early Blancpain mil-spec watches, mil-spec divers here, and they do talk about that on their site. It's not the flashiest watch out there, but it is still a great looking watch, and it definitely does its job and does it well. It's about as no nonsense a watch as you can get. The dial is designed for legibility. It is a matte black dial with the company name Redwood printed in white up top, and automatic, and the water resistance, which is 200 meters in red on the bottom section of the dial. We've got the large Arabics at the 3, 6, 9, and 12, so no problems getting the orientation of the watch. And the sword style minute and hour hands reach right out to the markers. Same goes for the red second hand, which I'm glad they went with that to give the watch a little color. The loom is crazy bright, but the application isn't quite the same on the bezel as it is on the rest of the watch. The bezel is brighter than the hands and markers, and don't get me wrong, because they have solid loom too. Would have been nice if they matched the brightness of the bezel, but either way, you're good to go when it comes to getting the time in low light. The bezel is a 120 click bezel. Good feeling action, and with that thicker coin edge, you don't have any issues getting a grip on this thing at all. Nothing in the way of back play, and the insert is actually kind of something that threw me off with this, because at first I thought it was a matte ceramic. I wasn't quite sure and reached out to Redwood. It's actually a steel insert. The watches come out on a choice of a couple of different fabric straps. There's a rubber strap and leather as well, but this black NATO style strap definitely suits the look. We have got signed hardware, signed with Redwood. It is not the softest strap out there, but for the price of these, which I'll get to here in a second, I am totally fine with the strap. The case is 100% brushed. There is not a shiny piece of steel to be found anywhere here. The lugs are drilled, so strap changes are made a little easier if you decide to try it on a two-piece. If you get bored, and I'll put a shot of it up here right now, there is lots of reading material on the case back. They really filled it up with just about everything you'd need to know about the watch. They're going for that military issue look, which I actually really like. Running the watch is the Miyota 82S0, which is a hacking and hand winding movement. Just unscrew the crown here, which is also signed with Redwood. The winding action is on the gritty side. Everything works fine, but the winding action isn't the best. As far as unscrewing and screwing back in the crown, that is actually quite smooth, though. If you opt for the solar, they use an Epsom movement, the VS17. Size-wise, the watch comes in at a case width of 39.7 millimeters. It does wear a little bit bigger as the bezel does protrude slightly beyond the case. It comes in at 40.4 millimeters. Lug to lug is 47.9 millimeters. Lug opening 20 millimeters, and the thickness is spot on at 12 millimeters. If you go for the solar, it is actually a millimeter thinner than this. Crystal on the watch is sapphire, and they don't say anything about it on the site, but there does seem to be an anti-reflective treatment on the crystal. And here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist, and this thing is just cool. I'm a big fan of Thule watches like this, and this is a watch you can really wear hard and not really have to worry about it. It's a tough, robust watch, and the price isn't going to make you shy away from it wearing it hard too. Cost for these, again, in any configuration with the automatic movement is only 269 USD. The solar is 189 US, which is a bargain for what you get. Good on Redwood for keeping the pricing so attractive. The watches aren't perfect, but I'm overall really impressed. Link to where you can find these will be below. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.